Hello TV lovers, I'm Matthew and this is The Worst, a show where we call out terrible fictional characters from our favorite TV shows. This week we're talking about the man with the biggest ego in Pawnee, Indiana, Tom Haverford. Since we're talking about Tom, I thought it was only right for me to be drinking snake juice, aka the drink that Tom invented when he was working at the Snake Hole Lounge. And I'm drinking this out of a coffee cup because Tom would be the type of person that would sneak snake juice into his coffee while at work. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Parks and Recreation, first of all, shame on you. It's a show people love for its universally loved characters. Amongst a group of government workers from the Pawnee Parks and Recreation office, there's a feminist icon, Leslie Knope, lovable grump, Ron Swanson, dumbest man alive, Andy Dwyer, and a whole host of characters you'd happily welcome into your home and heart. Aside from one, Tom Haverford. He makes everything about him. There's a common theme here with these characters that are the worst. They all make everything about themselves. Tom finds a way to make every situation about himself. When all the guys were drinking and having fun at Ben's bachelor party, Tom wanted to go do something crazier, so he makes all of them go to a club, even though it's Ben's night and he wanted to just have fun and play board games. Why'd you make it about you? It's his bachelor party.
Let's go get a drink at Essence. It's a hot new bar in Eagleton. Things Magazine said it's the next big thing.
But Tom, this is Ben's night.
And then there was that other time that Tom was supposed to present Ben with the Pawnee Man of the Year award. And when he's presenting the award to him, he just talks about himself the entire time.
One great man came along and he lifted all of us up. And that man was me, Tom Haverford, owner and proprietor of the effortlessly chic, celebrity-packed Italian restaurant, Tom's Bistro.
You know, when the Chamber of Commerce asked you to introduce me, I was a little worried you would spend the entire time talking about yourself, which is exactly what you did.
I'm sorry.
And then he did the same thing with Leslie when she was running for public office. Instead of presenting Leslie, he decided to talk about his new business venture, Entertainment 720. Selfish. Tom can't handle when the spotlight is not on him, and therefore that makes him the worst. Tom is constantly leaving his coworkers high and dry. He lost the town's beloved miniature horse at the Harvest Festival that Leslie had been losing sleep over, basically. Tom couldn't be bothered, so he left everyone high and dry, and so everyone from the Parks and Rec team spent the entire day looking for the miniature horse Sebastian instead of enjoying the Harvest Festival, which everyone was so excited about.
Hey, Tom, where's Lil Sebastian?
Somebody let the gate open and he got out, Jerry.
And at the Pawnee Easter egg hunt, Tom didn't do his one job, which was to put out the eggs.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to do that.
Let's keep looking. We're gonna find one.
So the kids were searching for eggs that weren't there because Tom didn't put out the Easter eggs. You ruined Easter. Tom, you ruined Easter. He is lazy. He is always letting his coworkers down, and therefore that is why he is the worst. He is reckless. I'm gonna go down a list with you guys and tell you why Tom is reckless. He crashed Ron Swanson's car because he was tweeting while driving. Wrong.
Mr. Haverford, on the morning of your crash, were you alone in your car?
Yes, Your Honor, this was an accident, plain and simple. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but case dismissed.
And you were texting at the time, correct?
How dare you, sir? I was tweeting.
He also shot Ron during the annual Parks and Recreation hunting trip.
Somebody shot me in the head!
He wouldn't own up to it either. After he shot Ron, he wouldn't own up to it because I'm sure he thought he was gonna get in trouble. Rightfully so. Don't shoot your coworkers! He's irresponsible and reckless, and therefore that makes him the worst. My overall opinion of Parks and Rec, I love the show. I think it's funny, and I think it's a good show you can watch with your family. It got a little boring toward the middle end of the series, but the first 3 seasons are chef's kiss. Love it, so funny. Leslie Knope for life. I give this show, honestly, a 9 out of 10. I don't ever like to give a full 10 out of 10 on shows because I feel like that is such a prestigious thing. And I just can't do that to any show, really. Doesn't count for Desperate Housewives, though, because that show is a 10 out of 10, and I am not biased at all. I would recommend this show. I think it's an amazing mockumentary. It's kind of hard to stick the landing on mockumentaries because some of them last a season and then they get canceled, but I love it. I think it's amazing. On a scale of hints of jerk to the absolute worst, Tom Haverford refers to himself as a baller, but he most certainly is not. To recap, Tom Haverford is the worst because he always makes everything about himself. He is constantly leaving his coworkers high and dry, and he is, without a doubt, reckless. And therefore that makes Tom Haverford the worst. Thank you for watching The Worst. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And don't forget that Tom Haverford is the worst.